Hello, how's everyone doing?
Doing well.
Okay, so are we expecting anyone to join today?
I don't think so because it's live stream also.
No worries, let's just uh talk through it. Maybe it's like you can just present and just say that okay, despite there's no you say that you will still present regardless, and the video will be made available on Musa's YouTube, so those who are interested can still go and watch it.
Yes, it has been announced that way also, Jackson, and we are live, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, I think we should begin. Sorry, yeah. I think we should begin our presentation. Hello, everyone, to whoever will be watching at any given time period. Welcome to our presentation on behalf of Musa and the Election Commission. My name is Gray Putu Guido. I'm the General Secretary of this year and also the returning officer of the Election Commission. Now we will begin the by-election open talk session where we are going to be briefly covering what is the by-election about, what we are going to talk about, and basically all of the positions that are going to be contested and the timeline also. So without any further ado, let's begin the presentation. Okay, for the session agenda, like I mentioned before, we are going to talk about the purpose, the electoral process, positions that are contested, and the document, the timeline, communication platform, and lastly, we are going to end it with a Q&A session. Okay, so let's continue. So what is the purpose of the by-election? By-elections are elections that are conducted to fill vacancies within Musa that have arisen since the previous annual elections that has been conducted or held in 2023 semester 2. So we are looking for interested and talented people to be able to become a part of the Musa family and to join the team. And this is the purpose of why the Election Commission and Musa conducted the by-election. Okay, for the electoral process, commencement period begins with the nomination, where candidate can apply if they are basically within the rules and fulfilled all of the requirements, beginning since yesterday, which is the 18th of March, which is currently week 4, as Musa have posted on the official Instagram on the 17th of March. And basically, all of you guys, if you guys are interested, any viewers, and maybe anyone who might be watching this video, please do scan the QR code for a full list of information, starting all the way from the nomination period explanation, step-by-step guidelines on what you have to do to be a proper and official candidate for any position that you might be interested in, until maybe any Q&A session, and of course the Discord invite link where you guys might find interesting information in regards to the by-election. So if you are interested in joining the Musa family, do scan the QR code for the full list of information. Yeah. And don't worry about missing this QR code. It is also present in page 6 of our latest post when it comes to the by-election that has been posted on the 17th of March. So let's continue. So in this by-election for this year, we have two divisions that will be mainly having their positions to be available and to be contested in the by-election, starting from club and societies division. Club and societies handles are basically handles and oversee all operations within the club and societies division and sphere in Monash University of Malaysia. And the CNS is also the official representation in Musa when it comes to everything related to clubs. And now the open position for this division is the division head. So CNS, or club and societies, will have two heads of division. Their responsibility not limited to, but cover this important aspect, like, as I've mentioned before, overseeing all operations within CNS, official spokesperson of the division, in charge of the clubs, events, and their status within the event management system, or EMS, ensure that every single club and societies act in accordance with the CNS constitution and the standard operating procedure that has been imposed. And of course, lastly, they are in charge of approving new clubs and making sure that they are recorded and trackable. So this is just a brief introduction to the CNS division head role. So we will continue with the next one. So the next one is the MUIS division. MUIS stands for Monash University International Student Service Division. So to be able to give all of you potential candidate or viewers a brief reminder, when it comes to MUIS, only international student can run and apply to any position within MUIS, as MUIS is a representation of the international student community, which has a very big presence inside Monash University, Malaysia. So again, this is only for international students. So keep this in mind. There are 5 open positions that can be contested or might be contested in the upcoming by-election that you can apply for. The first one being the MUIS CRO. There's only one. So a CRO is the main liaison officer between MUIS and each of the country representatives that is present in Monash University, Malaysia. And a CRO is also responsible for the management of operations of country representative events, maybe also communication and other administrative responsibility. And the second position is the MUIS secretary. Again, MUIS secretary are responsible, not limited to, record and keep meeting minutes of MUIS meetings, write all letters and financial documents for MUIS, and also give notice and agenda for all meetings. This is MUIS secretary. And now let's continue with the next slide. So for the next 2 positions inside MUIS division are the MUIS treasurer, which is their responsibility is basically to keep detailed records of all MUIS transactions, analyze and approve budget proposals, prepare financial statements and budget reports for MUIS division. And next on, we have MUIS Media. MUIS Media is the publicity officer and basically the publicity head of MUIS itself. So in brief, they will be responsible for managing the marketing and publicity efforts, both online and offline, for MUIS division. So let's continue with the last position that is going to be contested in this by-election, also from MUIS division, which is the MUIS engagement. MUIS engagement is the mastermind and brainstormer when it comes to MUIS events and activities throughout the year. So they have to plan MUIS events and activities and responsible for policy formulation, liaison, or initiatives related to welfare of international students. But this is not limited to this. Again, all of the roles that has been mentioned now are expected to contribute and work dynamically within the respective division and the entire organization whenever possible. So again, to give you guys, every one of you, a brief recap, there are 6 positions that are going to be contested in this by-election. 2 divisions will be making up the by-election, which is MUIS and CNS. So let's continue. So when it comes to the nomination period, which is the application period for potential candidates to be able to run in the by-election and to be considered as an official candidate, people need to fulfill this eligibility. First, being a full-time student in the Malaysia campus. What does it mean? Okay, a full-time student means you have enrolled at least 18 credit points or equivalent to 3 units in your semester and this needs to be across 2 semesters. So a total minimum of 36 credit points for the year, and nothing less than that, to be considered as a full-time student. And candidates need to achieve a minimum weighted average mark of 60%, which is credit average, no less than this. And again, only international students are allowed to run as a candidate for any MUIS positions. So do keep this in mind if any of you might have ambitions for the MUIS division or want to join the MUIS division family. And again, this should be all for the MUIS. And for the election timeline and for the entire electoral process by itself, we don't prohibit any student that are trying to run inside a party. Sorry about the typo from the last slide, but we do encourage people to be an independent candidate, to be able to showcase themselves more, to be able to explore more options for themselves, and to stand in regards to their ambition and plans for the better of the organization. So do keep this in mind. And yeah, let's continue with the election timeline. As you guys know, the nomination period has begun since yesterday, and it will last until the 22nd of March 2024, which is Friday this week. So do apply if you guys are interested and willing to commit to the organization and join the team. So keep the deadlines in mind. Nothing will be accepted beyond the 22 of March, 11:55 p.m. Malaysian Standard Time. Do keep this in mind. If nominations are successful, official candidates are required to undergo and underwent a candidate training held on the 23rd of March and 25th of March 2024 to be able to learn about the organization, to learn about their responsibility, and of course, how does MUSA works in its entirety, okay? So after that, on the 1st of April, all official candidates will be sharing their profiles, manifesto, and basically their visions for the year through a series that we have been doing for the last few years called the Know Your Candidate series, which will begin on the 1st of April, where the students of Monash can learn about basically who is the potential future office bearer of a certain division of or a department within the organization, what are their visions, what do they hope for, and basically how do they plan to improve the current state of things. And again, campaigning period for all official candidates will begin from the 1st of April up until the 13th of April. And there is no extension on this. Debate session will take place on the 4th of April up until the 5th of April. Okay, this is during the mid-semester break. And this is basically Thursday and Friday respectively for each of the date. And again, continuing. And then after the mid-semester break, there will be a Hari Raya holiday. So the voting period will only begin on the 15th of April until the 20th of April. Voting opens at 10 a.m. Malaysian time and closes at the 20th of April at 11:55 p.m. Malaysian time. There is no extension to this, and it is final. And then after the election timeline has concluded, we will end it with the result announcement and ceremony on Monday, the 20th of April, 2024. Okay? To give you guys a brief reminder, the election for this year, which is the by-election that we are currently talking about now, will be taking place in an online format. Okay? So there will be no physical activities, there will be no physical sessions. Do keep this in mind for any potential candidates and viewers. And I believe that is the entirety of the presentation. For any means of communication, questions, guidelines, and basically frequently asked questions also, do scan the QR code that has been provided earlier in the slides. And also don't forget to check about the by-election post that has been posted on official account of MUSA official page on the 17th of March earlier. Scan the QR code you guys will find everything that you need to basically to know, am I an eligible candidate? Can I run? How do I apply for it? Scan the QR code. There's a Discord invite link also. And if you have any private inquiries, any questions that you feel that it needs to be directly addressed by the election commission, again, do send an email to musa.gensec@monash.edu as mentioned and stated in the final slide of the by-election post on the 17th of March. With that, the presentation will conclude, and I believe that any questions will be addressed throughout the means of communication that has been provided in the posting earlier. So that would be my presentation on behalf of the Election Commission and Musa 2024. We would love to say thank you, and we would love to see your application then. Thank you.
Thank you, Guido. Thank you. So, thank you.
Thank you.